We pay the repairman in Bitcoin, just like we pay our writers. We pay our writers in starvation. I mean, lack of starvation, we'll say that. We feed them when they come with a good thing.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody. More nefarious nonsense in the news. This one's cops complicating law by breaking it. And what's the law? I don't know. The cops make the laws now. They don't even care. Mississippi freepress.org has a story from Nick Juden. FBI sting and snares 14 Mississippi law enforcement officers in alleged Delta drug conspiracy. They already gave it a nice, sweet name. Isn't it? Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Maybe they can come up with a cool nickname for the leader. A wide-ranging, Oxford, Mississippi, wide-ranging FBI sting ensnared some of the top law enforcement officials around multiple Mississippi Delta counties. And what agencies calling a Delta drug conspiracy, FBI officials alleged that over a dozen law enforcement officials across Mississippi have been engaged in a complex, long-running drug trafficking operation. An early morning raid on October 30th, around 5 a.m. That's a good time to bust people when they're just tossing and turning and shit. Here comes the feds. Federal agents arrested the sheriffs of 2 counties, Sheriff Bruce Williams of Humphreys County and Sheriff Milton W. Gaston of Washington County. The FBI also arrested Marvin Flowers, the chief deputy of Sunflower County. Oh, what a sweet name for a county. The full list of affected agencies and arrested officers cuts across numerous local agencies, municipal police departments, and sheriff's departments in the Delta. It's a big old web of criminals, allegedly. The first series of indictments concerned an alleged conspiracy where law enforcement officers and their accomplices are alleged to have agreed to provide safe passage for illegal narcotics and drug proceeds to the Mississippi Delta region, ultimately in the last of those runs into Memphis itself. Gee, isn't that nice? You got a police escort. Acting U.S. Attorney Joyner said in a Thursday afternoon press conference in Oxford, they did this in return for bribe payments for money. Bribe payments for money. It's kind of redundant. They're, Mr. Oxford sounds like you're educated, and then you roll out a sentence like that. Right? That is where the University of Mississippi is. They did this in return for bribe payments for money. Yeah, bribe payments for money, huh? Okay. They're also indicted for related firearms offenses and individual counts related to specific runs through the Mississippi Delta. Here's the name of these fun people who are just like, yeah, we're sworn to protect the law, now we're breaking the law, and I hope we don't get locked up with any of those folks that we locked up. Oh boy, my life sucks. Bruce Williams, Sheriff of Humphreys County, Milton Gaston, Sheriff of Washington County, Brandon Addison of the Hollandale Police Department and the Humphreys County Sheriff's Office, Javery Howard of the Metcalf Police Department and Hollandale Police Department, Turon Grayson of the Humphreys County Sheriff's Office, Sean Williams of the Yazoo City Police Department, Dexter Franklin, Washington County Sheriff's Office, Wendell Johnson, Bolivar County Sheriff's Office, and some people with just names here. Marcus Nolan, Asan Roach, Jeremy Salas, Tario Shaz Weiserman, Pierre Lakes, and Derek Wallace. Again, we're reading their names. Doesn't mean they're guilty, but then again, the cops will put out somebody's mugshot on in the newspaper the next day. So I really don't care if their names are out there. Because the cops do this all the time to people that have not been convicted of anything. They just got arrested. Ruin everybody's reputation by putting their name out there, so screw them. Of course, these guys probably were criminals, right? Obviously, and they're turning each other in, obviously. Joyner alleged that the individuals acted in many cases as organized unit. A conspiracy implies definitely a network of people working together for a common purpose. And here we've already identified what the common purpose was. Getting that cash money for looking the other way. For instance, on large-scale indictment, the last 6 names that I read, that's what we internally refer to as the Memphis crew. Okay, they weren't even cops. These are just the Memphis crew. Because when those drugs got to the state line, those folks were recruited by someone who's already in the conspiracy that knew these folks would do that. Another indictment named Jamario Sanford of the Greenwood Police Department and Marvin Flowers, Chief Deputy of Sunflower County Sheriff's Department. The indictment described the alleged transport of what defendants allegedly believed to be 25 kilograms of cocaine through the Mississippi Delta. 25 kilograms real quick. 60 pounds? It's a lot of coke. It's
a
enough
lot
to get you through the weekend. It's enough to get you to the weekend with a couple of dozen friends. The FBI announced individual indictments for Martavis Bankhead, going into the Name Hall of Fame immediately. A Mississippi Highway Patrolman, Chaka Gaines.
That's
gains
a great
lot
name.
of cocaine,
What the hell?
apparently. Yeah, gains a lot of cocaine. Gains a lot of money for selling the cocaine, or moving the cocaine, I should say. They're just the mules. They're not selling this shit. They're just moving from city to city. Chaka Gaines of the Greenville Police Department and the Dequarian Smith, who is both Humphreys County Sheriff Department and Isola Police Department. 2 indictments against other 2 individuals dismissed. While these indictments are now public, Joyner stressed that neither individual was implicated in any wrongdoing. The Mississippi Free Press is not naming those individuals. Okay, we're leaving these people's names out because why were you... Okay, they were not implicated. It says 2 indictments were dismissed. Got it. All the individuals arrested in today's federal sweep are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Joyner confirmed all the individuals have been granted bond, although which individuals has successfully bonded out is not known at this time. All right, so that's pretty much it. We don't want to drag this out with a whole bunch of cop speak going, well, we're going to congratulate and pat each other on the back and yabbity yabbity yabbity. But again, this went on right under the federal law enforcement's nose for all these years. They finally caught on to it. So wisen up is not their strong suit. They finally arrest somebody after all of these other people have been, made loads and loads of profits. And these cops, again, they should never, ever, ever see freedom again. They took a public trust and they abused it. So that's the way I feel about that. I don't care about them. They don't care about you. That's the way I see about it. Yeah. It's like, if you can't reform cops, you can't reform anybody. They're just not reformable. They're just criminals. That's who they are. They became cops so they could break the law. Anyway, so let's have a limerick.
Okay, my limerick is about our more corruption in... Well, not surprised. Honestly, I'm never surprised. In a city where shadows creep, corrupt cops have secrets to keep. They barter the law for cash they will jaw. In their pockets, the ethics they
Oh.
Why do I need to follow the law? I'm above the law. That was the first thing you ever learn in, like, government class, is that nobody is above the law, and yet everyone seems to be above it around us. I need to do that. That's for the losers. I'm not a loser.
I was talking to this priest one time, and he said, "Did you know that the people?" And I told him, he kind of agreed with me. I said, "I think the people that go to the church are the people that think they need it the most because they're doing the most sinning. That's the way I think." He goes, "Yeah, you're probably right." I'm like, "Okay, yeah," because I don't do enough wrong to go and ask for God for forgiveness. You know, I took a parking space from that guy. Oh, please, God, forgive me. No, I don't do that. I mean,
a parking space. Imagine.
Yeah. Forgive your enemies is very important.